Hey guys, Marshall from Limited Resources, and we are doing, as you can see, sealed event. We're going to do another daily. I had a good time doing that last time, and I figure we might as well do it again. So let's take a look at our pool here. First thing I like to do, pile by rarity. Ooh, Niv Mizzet and a Necropolis Regent. And our rares, we've got a Chaos Imps, a Cyclonic Rift, and a Mizium Mortars, and a Niv Mizzet. Well, we know what we're hoping for. Let's see if our Izzet deck actually comes together here. Well, piles by color, and what I like to do is pull out all the unplayables of the stuff that we're just not realistically going to run, but we can always revisit it. White tends to have very few of those, and that is the case again here. Blue, I'm probably not going to run that guy. Definitely not going to run that one. Probably not going to run this one or this one. Ooh, some good blue there. Black, no. Nope. Get these out of here. Again, it's not that these are completely unplayable, but they help us look at the cards that we actually would consider putting in a deck. All right. And this one, worst card in the set. All right, what do we have down here? Oh man, 2 teleportals too. Jeez. Okay. So let's just go right for Izzet here, because this looks like it might be sweet. So let's see what we end up with here. That's a maybe, but probably a not. We do have a 1 Rakdos Guildgate, so we can consider splashing for this Augur Spree if we want, so we'll set that in the maybe pile as well. Chainwalkers, Mizium Mortars, Crews, Brutes, Instincts, Rallies, Imps. Yes, I want it all. Double Bluster Squad, double Teleportal. That might actually just be too many of those type of effects, which is kind of funny. That's funny. That's 23 cards. I mean, we could just run the insta submits here, but let's take a look and see what this deck actually looks like. So if we pull out all of these down here, this goes down here. Only have 11 creatures, so that's not really enough, although we do have kind of 12. So that's with 12 creatures, which just isn't enough. Especially when we're running a lot of things like Bluster Squalls and Teleportals. Try to make our creatures better. We really need to make sure that we have quite a few of them. Same thing with Trader's Instinct. So let's get this Shred Freak in there and this Vassal Soul in there. I don't like it. A double red and a double blue are pretty rough on the old mana base here, but make sure there's nothing I'm missing here. No, looks about right. Like I said, we've got a Rakdos Guildgate as well, and that can open us up to things like maybe a Spawn of Rixmati and an Augur Spree. Actually seems quite good to me. Spawn of Rixmati being pretty good with teleportal effects and also good with Bluster Squall and the like. This puts us to 27, so we need to cut a couple of cards here. I like having the 14 creatures, so I think we're going to cut down here. So cards I'd like to cut are probably a teleportal. Bluster Squall acts as a teleportal in a lot of scenarios, and it can be quite good. I think a cancel could leave here pretty easily as well. We'd like to keep the pressure going. Cyclonic Rift, Dispel, Bluster Squall, Fire, Inspiration, Instinct, and then this thing. I wonder if I actually want the teleportal over the Bluster Squall here, because of Goblin Rally is much better with teleportal than it is with Bluster Squall. Bluster Squall is obviously easier to cast. We got some really powerful stuff here. These can be pretty sweet with teleportal as well. Obviously just awesome. I'd really rather not have to splash for this black, but I think it's probably going to be worth it, because we just don't have any more dudes to run, but this looks like the most powerful version of our deck, and it looks like it's not particularly close either. Oh, I could run a Batterhorn. I really don't think I want this guy, though. He's pretty bad. What else do we have in black if we do splash black? There's an ultimate price. That's it. So we could also throw another ultimate price in there, but I don't think we really have room for spells like this. If I cut the spawn and the auger spree, then this puts us down to just straight red blue, and we only need to make one more cut. And I kind of like yeah, Spawn of Rixmati is obviously better than Batterhorn, but Batterhorn is a fine proxy for it, a little easier to cast and keeps our mana just amazing, especially because we are putting a bit of pressure on it with these. I like Inspiration quite a bit, although I don't know that this deck really wants it too badly. If I go to 18 lands, which I'm kind of considering because we do have two insane 6-drops, and I think if we just hit our mana, like we're going to really want to have as much mana as possible, then I would like to keep this in. And I think that means that I cut the Traitorous Instinct here, and then maybe the Dispel. Double Teleportal 1 Bluster Squall seems pretty sweet. I think I could maybe even cut the Inspiration because I do have double Stealer of Secrets plus all these ways to actually get him in through for damage. Like this could definitely just be a Stealer of Secrets deck as well. I think most of the time that we win with this deck, it's going to go 2-drop, probably this guy into like this, and then ideally into this, and then just start getting them. Because then we start drawing cards and we start just generating huge chunks of damage coming away from them. We can certainly go long game. I think Lobber Crew is great in this deck. We can remove some of their stuff early and finish up with these huge bombs too. I'm just trying to figure out if I want the Teleportals or the Bluster Squalls more, because I think that there's definite upside to Bluster Squall over Teleportal. Teleportal can absolutely just be the game winner for you, but we're a little low on creatures. I don't know that this is like the ideal Teleportal deck. It's a reasonable one, that's for sure, because he's like, I'll get in for a few hits and then we can finish him off with Teleportal. But Bluster Squall, maybe I just want all of them. Like, is there a time when if I have all of these in my hand that I'm really unhappy? Yeah, kind of. I mean, having both Teleportals in hand if we're behind is just complete misery. But having both Bluster Squalls if we're behind isn't really. Like, you tap down their team, you attack them, you tap down your team, you attack them, and you get to replace your cards each time. I mean, you're down a card, but it's not the worst. But maybe 4 of these effects is pushing it a little bit far. Like, I could just do this and run 18 lands. Yeah, let's do this. Let's just do this and run the 18 lands. We don't need any gates or anything here. We just do it like this. We need red early, but then we need blue. This is double blue. We do need a little more red, though. I think I would prefer to do it like this. Because, like, let's take a look. So this is more like a 5 or a 6. It goes somewhere in here, so we'll put it here for now. This is a 7 most likely. These are both 5s. Oops. This is probably a 4-ish. This is probably a 6. So this is what our curve actually looks like. Pretty red heavy. Also Mizium Mortars. Again, getting Mizium Mortars on time is another reason to run 18 lands. And I think the Inspiration helps smooth that out. If you flood out a little bit, Inspiration can help. Getting up to Cyclonic Rift mana as well. Wow, our deck just looks really sweet, actually. So this should be fun. Hopefully we can pick up some wins. These decks do have the ability to completely peter out. I've noticed that. So this isn't, it's not all fun in games, but when these things work, they are insane. So yeah, let's go to the rounds. It's going to be a few minutes on my end, but we'll call it good on the deck building, and we'll see you guys in the first round.